Alright guys, right here, we're determining the domain and range of a function algebraically and graphically. It's right here in the domain is the input, or x, of a function algebraically, x values from the ordered pairs table or equation. So you can find it from all three. Graphically, furthest left x value to furthest right x value. Range, the output y of a function algebraically. Y values in ordered pairs table and equation. Graphically, lowest y value to highest y value. Algebraically, steps from ordered pair or an x or y table. Domain, list of all x values as a set. Use brackets like, and there's what's shown right there. Range, list all y values as a set using brackets like the bracket shown there. From equation and a context problem, domain, identify what the x represents in the equation. Determine what values of x make sense for the situation. Write using interval notation, inequality notation, or set notation. Alright. Range, identify what y represents in the equation. Determine what y values make sense for the situation. Write using interval notation, inequality notation, or set notation. Alright. So those are your steps for that. So we could list, I want you to try these. Remember, use your brackets here to show that. Same thing here. Alright, so, and then try this word problem. Say what makes sense. Say what x represents and how that makes sense here. Alright, try these as well. Write your domain and range. Alright, right here on number 3, try to plug your numbers in, and that's your domain values. Alright, and then find your range values here. And then try to say what x represents, what y represents, what makes sense about the problem. And the second one, and you're going to graph them. Guys, I just want you to try these. Domain, if the graph is discrete, list the ordered pairs and follow step 1. If the graph is continuous, read the graph from left to right like you read a sentence. Identify the furthest x value on the graph. Identify the furthest right x value on the graph. Write the domain using interval notation or inequality notation. Range, if the graph is discrete, list the ordered pairs and follow step 1. If the graph is continuous, identify the lowest y value on the graph. Identify the highest y value on the graph. Write the range using interval notation or inequality notation. Arrows on the ends of the graph mean the graphs go to infinity. So if it's a line, it's just going to go to infinity. So we're going to look at the first one. Alright, this one is discrete because it just lists ordered pairs here. It doesn't have the line on here. So we're going to list our ordered pairs here. We got 1, 2, 2, 4, and we also got 0, 1 as well. 3, 8, 4, 16. Notice I'll list them using my brackets here. So I'll list all my x values here and all my y values here. Alright, continuous here, it has a line, has a point right here, -4. X is greater than or equal to -4, so it's going to be, x can be any number here, and x is less than infinity. So it's going on and on forever this way. My range is -1, and y is greater than or equal to -1, and it's less than infinity, because it keeps going on forever here. Alright. Well, this is the start of your practice on the graphing. So be ready to show your work tomorrow in class.